What do you think about Tyler, dude?
Honestly, he's the worst excuse for a human being I've ever seen. No.
Welcome to the grind.
No, honestly, he's probably one of the hardest working guys in here. I love his energy more than anything. A lot of guys think that when you achieve a goal, it's because of the physical abilities, which is a very important component. But Tyler is something a little more special than that. He's a complete individual. He's respectful. He has a high energy. He's always helping people out. Love having the guy here.
Yo, Tyler's a good guy. Love going against him. Love seeing him succeed. I look up to him. I just want to be better than him too.
He's a character. He's a hard worker. He'll be successful in whatever he does. I mean, he's got a bright future ahead of him.
So Tyler's been coming to Top V since what, 14 years old?
14, yep.
And he's probably, I think, out of all the guys that are still training with us, you're probably the guy who's been here the longest. So tell him where you're from.
I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina.
And you came here at 14. Like, why'd you come here at 14?
So I found TopVelocity on YouTube back when Brent was still at Gorilla Baseball. And I started trying to learn all the mechanics and try to figure out everything you were saying in your videos back then. And obviously there's a lot of information just to try to learn by yourself on the computer. So I just found out there were TopVelocity training camps. So I came down to my first one in 2014 after summer ball.
Yeah, and I remember he was a lot smaller than you are now, and you had like ridiculous mechanics. You had really good mechanics. I mean, it was like impressive. And I think you're a good example of guys that are, when they're young, they make dramatic changes physically, and you made this dramatic physical transformation, right? You just like, you grew this way, but you also grew that way.
Right.
And then your body moved completely different. And then, so basically your mechanics started to really change. And I don't think that was out of, you not working on them, because you always worked really hard, but it was just out of your body changing so much. So what was it like when you were going through that transformation of like your body just dramatically changing?
Yeah, obviously I started to hit puberty around that time, and with everything changing, you just start to, your body feels off sometimes. You're growing faster than you can keep up with, and mechanics did start to change, and it was just kind of a difficult time trying to figure out the mechanics.
Yeah, and I think at that time you did the right thing with the TopVelocity programs. You started to really focus on the physical aspects of the game. I think at that point you really transitioned well from being like very young, focusing on mechanics, to okay, now I'm growing. I want to get physically stronger, faster, more explosive, and you've pretty much been on that train the whole time. And so talk about like why such a big focus for you on the athleticism of the game.
Well, right now I have strong strength numbers. I think that they're reaching really good levels, and the athleticism, the 10, the broad, and the vert is something that's always been a little behind my strength. And trying to be able to move faster, have more fast twitch fiber is going to help me throw harder and repeat my mechanics a lot easier. And so right now I'm just trying to become the best athlete I can possibly become. And under that umbrella is strength, speed, power, biomechanics. So I'm working on peaking all those with what I can with my genetics. And once I get there, I'm still going to continue to work.
Yeah, now you're becoming like one of the beasts in the weight room. And I mean, you've been doing that for the past year. But you still see you have a lot of gains. Like you're one of the few that have worked all the way from level 1 to level 4. So talk about that. What has it been like building yourself through all the way to level 4?
Yeah, so it's definitely a process. You think each level, once you go up to the next one, is the hardest thing you've ever done. And after going through 1 through 3, and I've done level 1 multiple times, I did level 3 twice. Hatch level 4 is definitely the hardest thing I've ever done, but working through them, it's exciting because once you keep going up, you see all your numbers in the different categories continue to go up, and you become a better athlete. Mechanics get better, you're throwing harder, and it's just really exciting to make that progress. And we have the Top V ranking chart out there. If you follow Top V, I'm sure you've seen with the beginner level, level 1, level 2, level 3, Top V Pro, And right now I'm at top V level 2, on the verge of going to level 3. So it's really fun trying to continually increase all your metrics and compete with everyone to get to the next level.
Yeah, he's got the level 2 band. Not many guys have the level 2 bands. These are the pros. I never got to the pro level, but I guess because I created I wore the pro band. But no, we got a level 3 level. That was probably me at my best, and he's right there. I mean, you can see even getting into level 4 and how long you've trained here. You can even see how much more room you can improve. Like, you know, even in these lifts that you're doing now, like the 3 and 3s, you can see, wow, there's still strength in there that you still haven't fully tapped into, and obviously a lot of power you still haven't fully tapped into.
Right. And that's also exciting at the same time too.
Right. And so, you know, people have different makeup. Everyone has a different makeup of a pitcher, you know, and some guys really have certain challenges, and some guys are lucky they don't have any challenges. Their body just excels across the board. And I think, you know, he's a great testament to where he probably was perfectly built to be a fullback, but he's really worked hard in the things that his body wasn't really built to do as, you know, elite, and he's just literally out of his own will and his own drive is pushed himself there and is still pushing himself there. And that's the funnest, most you know, the greatest experience with Tyler is that's why in the weight room he's so electric and he's so motivational and inspiring, is because he's pushing himself in areas that his body is really challenged, but it's working. You know, we've seen you like go from mid 80s to high 80s, and then we just saw you recently broke into the 90s, and now you're trying to go more mid 90s to consistent into the 90s, and every challenge you've set, you've accomplished. And I mean, it's pretty exciting, and I know you can't talk about it, but you know, a lot of great things are happening to him in college baseball right now, and we're really excited about him going into the draft eventually and playing professional baseball. And I mean, what do you think about that? What's your goals and dreams? Is it Major League Baseball? What is it in baseball?
Yeah, I just want to continue to play for as long as I can, whether that's coaching or playing. But I mean, obviously my ultimate dream is to get to the MLB, and I'm just continuing to grind every day. I know what the statistics are, but I don't care about them. Like, why not me? I'm doing everything I can to put myself into the best position I can through diet, training, sleep, recovery. And I'm just going to go after it as long as I can, for as hard as I can. But ultimately, I want to get to the MLB.
Yeah, man, I think you have all that opportunity. I think there's going to be a lot of teams out there when you get to your peak that'll be very interested in you. I think ultimately they're going to see a guy with an insane work ethic, insane determination, very highly competitive, and physically. As all those things come together, I think there are going to be teams out there going to be really interested in you. So we got Tyler Rigot here. He's been with us since he was 14. He's now a Division I pitcher, and we're constantly reevaluating him. We're looking at an old evaluation from 2019 just to show the difference. It's been a huge difference for him. He's gone 215 back in 2019 to 221 today. His velocity's gone from 80 to 90. His I mean, if we're going into the mobility, I mean, we're seeing improvement in, let's see, the ankles look the same. His ankle mobility looks the same. His hip internal rotation, internal was maybe a little bit better back then. Your external looks better here. Hip extension, a little bit better, just a little bit better. Hip flexion, pretty much the same. Let's see, let's go hip abduction is better here, which is that's a good one. Let's see, I do see some imbalances. So like that 52 to 62.
Right.
And now, you know, you had back spasms this year, so I'm wondering if like that's some hip issues, like alignment issues. Mm-hmm. Dr. Pat, I think, is working with you on. Your trunk rotation significantly better. So your trunk rotation is, trunk rotation went a little bit down, wrong way around, sorry. You had it 80 here, so we've lost a little bit on trunk rotation. Let's see, as far as, this is probably, we're going to see the big difference. We're going to see it on the verts and stuff. Like your vert, because remember your 215 there, your 221 here,
You're 32.5, you were 31 there. So we got a 1 inch improvement on the vert plus, 10 plus pounds of improvement in weight. We got your broad, it went up 10 inches from there. So that's another improvement. Your laterals went up as well. So you can see improvement in the lower half. You see, I don't think we did Y balance test. Oh yeah, we did do Y balance test. Your Y balance test, wow, big improvement in your Y balance test. So this means your pelvic stability has gotten a lot better here. Your total body strength is, what was it back then? It was 710. Total body strength's gone up a little bit. The hip speeds, rotational speeds have gone up a lot. Wow, pretty great there. You broke 1,000 in your rotational speeds. Your 10 yard, that was the only one you said you weren't too happy with, but it's still an improvement. It was a 1.8, now it's a 1.7.
And I've been the 1.65 in the past. That's just something I'll always have to work on. Speed's that missing link for me.
Right, so I would say mobility wise, definitely I want to come out of this thinking mobility needs to get better because we saw some things go down, some things stay the same. Big changes in performance with an increase in size, so that's huge. And like I was saying with you, you're a guy who's not really built to be fast. So getting faster for you, I think you're getting pretty close to your max. I want to just focus on getting bigger. If we can maintain this, get bigger, and get more mobile, I think that would be huge.
What's the ideal weight we want to be at?
I want to go like 235 because you have a frame for that, but not losing this.
All right.
So we're still training like speed like crazy, but let's get size into that.
Yeah, I definitely think these can go up, though. I can get that vert to 35 and everything.
Yeah, definitely. But the point is if that's peaking more speed, which I don't know. I think I know we can get more speed, but the point is that might not be as significant to your velocity. If I can get size, if we can get another 15 pounds, and then that say goes to 33 or 34. That's going to be a huge improvement in force, and that's going to be a big velocity increase. So to be honest, I think your weight right now, looking at this, would be key. Keeping this the same and getting better in your mobility and getting your weight up would be huge. What do you think?
I agree with you 100%.
All right, so that's what Tyler's going to be working on while he's here. This is his goal going in his summer off season right now to get prepared for the fall. I think these are, he's going to have 4 more years eligibility, hopefully.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
COVID freshman and then the medical red shirt. If that gets approved, which it should, then I'll be going into the fall with 4 years eligibility at 90 miles an hour from the left.
Yeah, left-handed pitcher, and it's got good stuff, good pitcher. So we're going to try to do this, and I believe you go up next year. You could be sitting more low 90s, maybe get to the mids.
Nice.
All right, that's our goal.
Let's do it.